What do studies actually show? Here's where things get interesting. A number of studies have looked at this question over the years. Let's break them down.
Kloski, analysis.
NIH-funded JAMA Psychiatry study, 2019, Boston Bed cohort. Researchers tested acetaminophen levels in umbilical cord blood from almost 1,000 beds. They tracked the children up to age 9. Children in the highest tier of exposure had a 3.6 times higher risk of autism and also higher ADHD risk. The strength of this study is that it used actual biological measurement, cord blood, rather than just asking mothers if they took paracetamol. The limitation, however, is that it was still an observational study where researchers do not randomize participants and assign them to either take the drug or not. The second study is the Swedish sibling study, 2024. This study used 2.4 million children and looked at nationwide data comparing siblings, where one was exposed prenatally to paracetamol and the other was not. This study shows that at the population level, yes, there was a small link between paracetamol and autism, but in sibling comparison, the association disappeared. This suggests shared family factors such as genetics or environment may explain the risk, not the medicine. This is one of the strongest counter-arguments against a causal link. The third one is Mount Sinai Systematic Review 2025. This is a collection of 46 studies involving 100,000 children. It pulled together data from dozens of studies worldwide. It concluded that higher quality studies more often showed an association between prenatal paracetamol and autism or ADHD. But results were still inconsistent because the studies often relied on self-reported medicine use by mothers. Their takeaway was that the evidence was suggestive, but far from conclusive. Another study is the European Cohort Meta-Analysis 2019, involving 70,000 children in 6 countries. This looked at both prenatal and postnatal exposure and found a 19% higher chance of autism spectrum symptoms in exposed children. Also, a 21% higher chance of ADHD symptoms. An important detail is that many of these were based on presence of autism symptoms and not always a full clinical diagnosis. The next study is the Oxford Spanish Study 2016. This focused on maternal reports of paracetamol use and found that boys in particular showed more autism-related symptoms after prenatal exposure, and that risk increased with more frequent use, suggesting those may matter. Then there is the Ecological Studies 2013. This compared countries or regions with higher paracetamol